hope to see you at the event in 2 weeks. All right, Anna, you're next. Anna DeMarco.
I'm right here.
All right, come over here.
Oh, come over
You
to
gotta
you.
come to the bench.
I'll come to the bench.
All right. All right. Another friend I met through Facebook was Anna DeMarco, and Anna is in the Island Park community where the word frustration is an understatement about the housing situation, and we're all about getting the word out to the communities in Long Beach, Island Park, the communities. Anna, talk about what you've gone through and other families are dealing with right now. And keep it clean, please.
Okay, we'll try. But I want to thank you, Howie, for having us on.
Oh, my pleasure.
This is the best place to have it, too. You know, I felt great having Holly next to me from Cafe of Life. Amazing. I felt great as soon as she started speaking earlier.
A new patient, Holly and John.
Yes.
Here you go.
And I also want to thank the Tony Charms, and he's gone. He was fabulous also.
He's right there.
There he is.
He's there. He's there. He's there.
Well, I would like to speak to you about what's going on in Island Park.
Absolutely.
We're a very small community. We're inundated with water. Every household was surrounded by water, and we had at least 5 to 6 feet of water in our homes. Right before the storm, I had for my nephew for 3 years. He had an inoperable brainstem tumor, and he passed a week before the storm. So my head wasn't even in it when the storm did hit. At the moment, New York Rising has promised everybody, you know, that they will help us. There is no help right now, and it's been 20 months. The seniors have been forgotten about. We have just started I am the president of the Island Park Civic Association, and we're going to be having our first annual senior dance for them July 27th at the Temple in Island Park on Long Beach Road from 5 to 8. But the houses and the marketplace after the storm has really devastated the area. Yes, houses are selling, but mainly to investors. And prices have dropped about $150,000, I would say. Here in Long Beach, in the West End, where the bay met the beach, it was horrendous for them as well. And I'm sure a lot of people still aren't in their homes. And for Island Park also, I don't know where everybody else is from.
It's
but
tough, yeah.
Like, I'm still living in a trailer. I brought 2 more of my
Yeah, let's bring them up.
neighbors.
Let's bring Anna's 2 guests up.
Maggie Strine.
Let's all stand up.
And Mary Ellen Malone.
Mary Ellen, talk about what you've gone through so far since Hurricane Sandy.
Well, my house took 5.5 foot of water and sludge, and I was not able to go back into my house. I've now been out of my house since the storm, which is coming on 2 years. I knocked down my house in December, getting ready to rebuild. I was told that I'd be able to rebuild and I'd get the funding to rebuild and I can knock down my house. And I've not heard a word from New York Rising. I'm still living now in my second place since I left my house, and I'm a proud owner of an empty lot, and there's no help at all from anybody. I have a new caseworker after they changed, after they changed people in New York Rising, and I believe it was May 22nd that I got my first email from my new caseworker, and that was the first and last communication that I've had from her, and that's the end of it. So here I am with still nothing. I'm paying my mortgage, I'm paying all the insurances, and there's just no help.
That's so terrible.
Sorry.
Maggie,
Okay.
what's your situation been like since the hurricane?
Well, I lived in the house for 9 months because I bought it 9 months before Sandy, and I've been out for 18 months. My daughter was born 2 months after Sandy, so obviously I couldn't go back to work right away. Everything got complicated, and we're depending only on my husband's salary. We're displaced, so since I had to have a home, we rented 1 year in Port Washington, waiting for a house to come back. It's completely gutted since a few weeks after Sandy. I hired my first architect who took my money and disappeared. I would like to, I have
Say his name.
Kevin McRae from Dix Hills. Please, nobody hire him. Be careful, guys. I'm not the only one because we file complaints. Okay, he's supposed to refund the money, but he's ignoring the court orders as well. Since the finances are the way that my husband is working, I was home with our daughter and dealing with all the paperwork. As you know, it's lots of paperwork involved, and that's my full-time job. I'm completely ignoring my daughter. When she cries, I'm on the phone. Applied for New York Rising help, interim mortgage assistance, that's also under New York Rising. I applied for New York Rising in September. So far I didn't see a single penny, so it's gonna be, 10 months. Interim mortgage assistance, I applied in December. All they want more paperwork. So far nothing. And also there is a new option buyout program that we might not have a choice because I spent already a huge amount of money to pay our bills from flood insurance. We're lucky enough that we are approved for SBA loan. That was great. So I had to take loan to replace my content because I didn't have it included in my insurance. It's great because now I have money to pay my bills, but according to them, I have to buy only the content, but I have no choice right now. We had to buy 2 new cars because they were destroyed during Sandy. So now I have to pay for 2 cars, even though my car was paid off. And I'm expecting my second child, and when I found out that I was pregnant, I was thinking like, this can't be happening, it's a bad timing. So I'm like, I can't have abortion because of the situation. FEMA stopped paying our rent. It was actually partially paying our rent, not fully, 3 months ago. So as of now, we are on paying rent and mortgage because you must continue with that. And as you heard before, I'm paying for taxes. I have to maintain my flood insurance, including content, and I'm not even living in my house. My house is empty, so I guess I'm supporting raccoons and all the animals. They are going into the house. I'm serious, and probably people from Island Park that come by. I also have a bad luck with my other contractor that I hired. You know, there were things disappeared from my backyard. Somebody removed my boiler, left the water running. People are just entering the property, and you know, I feel like I need to be at my house 24/7 to monitor it. So 3 months ago we moved to Long Beach. Actually no, 6-7 months ago, just to be closer to the house. Now moving with a little baby who is now almost 18 months is not very easy. Plus we try to make everything the way that we don't spend much money. You know, we try to cut on food, on everything we possibly can, but obviously, you know, I'm pregnant, I gotta eat, I have to feed my daughter, I have to keep the roof above our heads. I can't live in somebody's basement because we have a baby. I don't have any relatives here. My whole family is from Europe. My husband's parents are deceased, so we have just friends we can rely on, but at this point it's ridiculous because every single day since Sandy I've been crying hysterically. They told me in the hospital when they were releasing me after the baby was born if I have postpartum depression. I said no, I have post-Sandy depression, and it was really, really bad because I was hysterical every single night. It didn't change much because every single month when I pay my bills and I'm just transferring money from the flood insurance, at this point it's gone. It's SBA loan. I have few months to live. Now, I was waiting for the permits from town of Hampstead. It took about 8 months to get approved, the application. And I'm not even sure if I can go on with this because my house must be elevated. I have substantial damage, more than 50%. So it must be elevated. I want to start working, but New York Rising is supposed to cover the elevation, and I didn't hear word from them. When I call or email my case manager, it takes him between 2 to 6 weeks to get back to me, if he ever gets back to me via email saying, you know, accelerating your case. I got 2 new case managers from IMA, even though you're supposed to have only 1. So a month ago, they sent me email, I'm a new case manager. That was excellent, except they ask for all the documents all over again. I submitted them immediately. For a month I've been calling, emailing, they are not getting back to me, so we don't get any help with mortgage or anything. And I'm not sure which way to go at this point because we might be losing our house, and I need a place for my daughter to live, and new child that is due about in few days. So we are desperate. I'm hysterical, and I don't know because I'm like, I gotta go to work. I have to drop the baby and just find a job just that I can pay mortgage and rent at the same time.
Wow. What a heartbreaking story. We hope that, you know, God looks over you and only better things. You have a healthy child and only better days are ahead. Really just heartbreaking words.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. Those are tough words. And after the break, we still have several more segments coming to you live from Cafe of Life Chiropractic. I'm Halftime Howie, live on AM 1240 WGBB.